Philippians 2 and 2, which says, Then make me truly happy by agreeing wholeheartedly with each other, loving one another, and working together with one mind and purpose. And today, I'm grateful for life, health, strength. Um, I'm truly grateful for things like answered prayers, and um, I'm grateful for God's ability to continuously put people in my lives to make me better. Um, this particular verse, it's so funny. Okay, so my other phone, I must have knocked it off of the charger last night and it was dead. And I got up like kind of early, just sometimes when you just wake up and I knew something didn't feel right, and I put the phone on charge and I was like, Lord, I ain't gonna be able to go in Clubhouse this morning, and I kind of like really wanted to share a verse that was on that phone, but I remember that I had this other phone inside the bag, and this was my original phone that I originally had Clubhouse downloaded to, and I went and got it, and I was like, okay. So I went into my Bible app and thinking that the same verses were saved from that phone and this one, but this verse ended up being the first verse. And it was such a coincidence because so yes, yesterday I called a staff meeting. We had a Monday morning staff meeting because the week before was just a really challenging one for us. The week before that, so say 2 weeks prior to that, I was giving my staff a lot of praise for doing well, and everyone was, just outdoing themselves and just was doing really well. And then last week, it was just so many things was happening, and things was just sort of collapsing around us. And I over the weekend, me and Brittany was having conversations, and it was a couple of them we were ready to fire. Because they were constantly making like super bad errors, like costly errors, and it was like we just was ready to like, man, we could start and just regroup and do this ourselves from now on. But I had in my staff meeting yesterday, I just started to flow with the conversation. And as opposed to me scolding persons for what they did wrong, I started to speak to them about the why and why we should do things right and why we should pay attention. And, just about us working together in unity. And it's so funny that I read this first because it brought me immediately back to saying that, because in this, the author is telling us that, you know, he's speaking in the Philippians, Paul is, right? Um, and he's telling them that the way that you make me happy is by agreeing wholeheartedly with each other, loving one another, and working together with one mind and purpose. And as Christians, that is something that is we have to remember, because I always say this, y'all, like church hurt is real. Sometimes like we could disagree with each other, and we could end up in these really passionate arguments about our beliefs, but we then start to stray away from the whole purpose of the kingdom, which is offering people a safe zone and a safe spot. It's hard to love in the midst of chaos. When a lot of chaos going around you, like you'll find yourself with your partner, and you getting in these little spick and spots, and but you realize that when it's just you and them and you're all at peace is usually when you all have the best time, right? And it's sort of that same way, like when you operate in chaos, and like when you don't put yourself in a position to just love the person that you with, or to love others, or for others to see that what is emanating from you is love, is this is what makes them feel as though there may be something wrong with what you believe in. And I always pray that no one ever not see that part of me. you know like I know that I am not the one that lives without sin. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. You know, every one of us falls short of the glory of God, you know, and sometimes me more than others, I'm pretty sure, you know. But at the same time, I try to focus my mind and my heart and my spirit on that one thing, you know, which is to love each other, and that all of us have a purpose, you know, every single one of us has a purpose, and it's some way that our purposes combine to make this world a better place or to invite more believers into the kingdom, you know. um God does not, he does not make mistakes, and nothing happens by accident. You know, everything is here for a reason. Sometimes I think that, you know, it could be just our purpose, or my whole purpose could have been just to help Indira get onto this mantle that she's on. Like, you know, that she, because I've watched Indira grow so strong in her prayers now, and the way that you're so faithful to do this. And you know, like it might have been Brothers Dami's job for to just give one of us a verse one morning that end up changing our lives, you know. The same thing with Brother Jide, or Sister Grieve, or Onika, you know, is we never know, you know, because in our mind it may seem like such a small purpose. But see, from the eyes of God, like that purpose might have been able to change his kingdom. You know, that one verse may have changed somebody's life, and that would end up being a cascading effect that just end up helping so many other persons come into the kingdom. That person that you open the jar for this morning and you tell them, hey, have a blessed day, and they might have gone and killed themselves if they hadn't felt love from somebody. That might have been your purpose. You might have spent 40 years on this planet just to save one soul. So every day, I want us to continue to be reminded that God has a purpose in us, and He put us here for a reason. And I don't know what my reason is, but I know that every day I can get up and try my best to work towards it and be open to whatever it is that God has for me. Thank you, everyone, for the opportunity to speak. I hope everyone who even hears my voice today remembers that you have a purpose and God has a plan, and just keep your spirit open to it. Thank you, everyone, for the opportunity to speak.